Heck of a ball game. I mean, that's a championship, super regional College World Series game. The defense in the game was exceptional. Grinding game, you know, Jamie, the pitch count climbed, but he started to find it. And that's the first time we started to see some swing and miss on basically everything, probably more fastball, slider than anything else. And he was laboring. Like it's stuffy out there, and those were a lot of pitches, innings 1, 2, 3, settled down. And then we didn't really execute. Kinnear and Mason didn't quite have their A stuff. I thought Mason looked like inning 1 pretty good, and then inning 2 not so much. Joe working out of the second and third, 1 out to get out of that was critical. You can go around the horn, and the defense was good. Cal played a nice game at third base, and the at-bats are what we're used to seeing. I know we're halfway through the season, and I tell you that often, but you saw it tonight, and quite frankly, their right fielder made an unbelievable play. His line drive could have easily been the difference maker. Max, the catch in the top of the 9th, game-changing, and the swing and the base hit that won it, the quality of that swing against a good left-handed arm, just exceptional at-bat. And I let him swing 3-0 early in the game because he thrives on that, and you get to that 2-0 count, and you could tell their guys were coming a little bit unglued with some command there late, and our fans probably attributed to that. But Max stayed on that ball, and Ty did a very nice job because with nobody out coaching third base, you're cautious to run into an out at the plate in that situation. I think Ty saw how that ball skipped and carried a little bit, and the left fielder went to the line and had to reach, and Ty made a great decision to end the game right there. The Marching Chiefs and the effort to take a Friday night from 8 to midnight, probably 7 to what's going to turn into midnight, and to perform like that. Can't say enough about David and what the Chiefs meant to this event and what they mean to the university and college athletics overall. Pretty cool to have them here. And Randy Burdett and our staff worked hard to create the right space for them and let them enjoy it. And they actually, David tells me they really enjoy that. I thought the fan interaction and the Noles cheers the entire game was just really special, and I don't think this went on anywhere else in the country. I can almost guarantee it did with the band involvement. Just a fantastic game, and like last year when the band was here, you hope that you actually deliver the product that this environment warrants, and I couldn't be more proud of the effort of the guys. It was a tough, grinding game, and you can see why they're such a good team. That's a very, very tough ball game, good game.
You talked about having confidence in Max in left-on-left situations. Just what allows him to kind of stick in there and have success against left-handed pitchers?
He's a fighter, and he just hangs in there, and he's on the plate a little bit. We talk about the spacing a lot. He doesn't back down. Like, he absolutely hangs in there, and he's just got a gift of that. And it righty-lefty, if you're going to hit in the middle of the lineup, quite frankly, you have to be able to handle right and left-handed arms, and you have to be able to handle fastballs and off-speed pitches. And we've seen him do that, and his splits are really good against lefties. And he fights. Like, you guys know that. You've seen him. He's a fighter. Like, he's ornery, and he wants to fight for every pitch and every swing and every play. And so it's fun to see him hone in and really almost appear better in that at-bat than we've seen him. We've seen some home runs. I'm talking about just the focus and the ability to stay on the pitch. It's beautiful.
How hard is that play to make when it's hit right at you, kind of over your head?
It's tough. But you have to, when you see that kind of swing, if you turn and go, you're setting yourself up to be in position to make a really good catch. And you see good outfielders sometimes almost break. You see them break back and then sometimes have to come in. That's what good outfielders do. And if you watch all of our work in batting practice, we sequence things so those outfielders are out there for a lot of balls off the bat. And you can do all the drills and fungo stuff you want, but it's reading the ball and reading the swing and wanting to go make catches. There were some good catches. DeLamalure in the corner, Max their right fielder made a really nice play. The double play was key. The first baseman did a nice job, and Fisher did a nice job. So the defense might have been the difference in this whole thing. Jackson caught a good ball game, made some tricky blocks. So well played.
With Jamie on the mound, it seemed like early on he was getting behind in counts, and then later in the game he was getting ahead. How important is it for him to just get strike one across and work ahead in these counts?
It's the most important thing. A quality strike one sets you up. And some of the pitches looked like they were competitive, and that's good. Like when there's huge misses, and we've seen some of that, then that can be tough. But even some of the misses early, I know he's falling behind, and you're hunting strike one, but he looked like he was pitching, and some of those might have been just off or just down or just up. I have to watch the replay of some of them, but strike one is key. And the poor guy, the pitch count and the sweating, and it's hard. Like that's a lot of work in a short period of time. And he emptied the tank and gave us that was 100 pitches, and we were not going to go way beyond and just let somebody extend past the point of maybe preparation, comfort, common sense.
Talk about the leadoff from Harrelson and Ladation and the discipline to just let those balls come, not chase, especially when Gage. He had, I think, over 100 exit velos and 0 for 4 at that point.
Yeah. We've had a couple of these situations, and to see the guys look more focused, that's a great trait to see. And it's not always that way, but we've seen a couple games in the last few weeks that have come down to something like this, and it seemed like the at-bats got better. Ideally, you have that type of focus all of the time, but that is challenging. And I think, again, the fans and the band and the environment helps you with your adrenaline and maybe your ability to really lock down on what you're doing.
You talked about in the past how Joe's old, but he's not exactly very experienced. Just how have you kind of seen him develop into a bit more of a consistent arm this year for you?
Part of pitching is knowing yourself and knowing what it feels like when it's right and not tinkering. And that does take some experience. I think he's figured out the grips and the things that work for him. The velocity's good. He's been healthy. So there's a lot of things that have lined up for him. And that's a great moment for him. And he bailed us out. Like, we were in a little bit of a mess there. And he got 3. What inning was that when he got it? Was that top of the 7th? F6, the punch out on the fastball up in the L7. I mean, that's a big sequence. And he extended again. Like, we can't use our relievers at this level for, hitter and then the next guy for a hitter. So he's done some extended work. I'm proud of him.
Coach, you talk